Hey gang, so this is our season review of Stranger Things, and let's start with the good first. I'm gonna Paul Abdul this one. So, from episodes 1 through 6, it was extremely strong and well done and well acted. Then spoilers, because there's no way to talk about this without spoilers. So if you haven't watched yet, don't listen to this. But if you have, here are our thoughts. Episode 7 goes to a bottle episode that was weak and didn't. I didn't really care for it, and I love 11. I was just like, eh. And there was a scene in there where her sister is teaching her how to move large objects at will, and it was very reminiscent of the scene of Magneto and Charles in, what was that X-Men movie, like the first X-Men reboot that they did with Fassbender and McAvoy.
I didn't see that, so I don't know.
Well, I showed you the clip.
Yeah.
And that clip was so beautifully done. And then seeing this, it fell short, which is kind of what happened to the rest of the season. So there were a lot of things that they set up where, we were talking as we were watching, like, oh, are they going to do this? Like, we thought they were going to do something with Barb coming back. We thought that they were going to make Sean Astin, some kind of spy or something, which would have made sense. Like, there was this ominous shot of this dude with headphones on from behind the screen. Mm-hmm. That might be Sean Astin, the boyfriend. Nope, it wasn't. He literally just worked at Radio Shack and then died horribly in a really dumb way. And then there was the loose end of, no, not a loose end, but the climax with 11 and Harbor, David Harbor. Why can't the sheriff? I can't think. I'm blanking right now. But it was literally just she
Hopper.
levitates a little. Hopper.
Yeah.
She levitates a little bit. She bleeds out of both nostrils and just that's it. And I was like, shouldn't there be some more? And then finally, backtracking a little bit, they had this whole intricate story with Mad Max and her brother, her racist brother, and then he comes to the house and he's beating up on Lucas. The team does nothing to stop it. Then he beats up on why can't I remember this kid's name? The dude with the hair. He starts beating up on that guy and they still do nothing. Eventually Max gets like a needle and knocks him out. But I don't understand how you can fight devil dogs and not just some random teenage boy who has no weapon. Devil dogs, teenage boy.
Yeah.
Devil dogs, teenage boy. Devil dogs in like a cavernous cave thing, labyrinth, underground thing where you could be trapped.
Labyrinth.
I'm from the Midwest. Shut up. Devil dogs, teenage boy. So I feel like between the two, if you're willing to fight devil dogs, plural, but not a random teenage boy with no weapon, like if he had a gun, okay, that really disappointed me. And finally, the last episode would have been fine, but they had all these awesome threads where they could have did something amazing, and then they didn't. So to me, it felt like the writers kind of poo-pooed the rest of the season, and I don't understand why. Now, I'm going to pass it over to my partner here, who, well, you see his face.
So, I was immensely disappointed by this season. I don't think that the acting was bad in any of the episodes. I thought the acting was great in all 10. I don't think it was a fault of the actors. The writing was just not very good from episode 7 on. So, like, harping on a couple things that you said. So the one that bothers me the most is the boyfriend. The boyfriend of I can't remember the names of any of these characters for some reason.
We've had Eggnog.
Well, no, I've never been able to remember their names. I don't know why, except for Mike.
Really?
Mike and Harper. Yeah, Hopper. Are the only ones that I can remember. But anyway, so they kept alluding throughout the entire season.
Oh, Shawnette, the writer's boyfriend.
Yeah, they kept alluding that this guy was... Bob was far more than just, like, a boyfriend. He took, like, this interest in getting to know Eric, is the name of the kid that got Will. God, why? No, it's because Eric is in Dark and we're watching that. Sorry, we're watching too many shows, guys. Will. So he kept like he went out of his way to get to know Will, right? He like picks him up and all this stuff, and like gives him this speech about overcoming his fear and all these things.
We thought he was just making that up.
They did so much character development on him, and it was like, oh, he's at Radio Shack, but he seems to like be really smart and know all this stuff. And to me, it just seemed like there was something about him that we didn't know, that he was going to turn out to be like really heroic. And then, for some weird reason, they just decided to have him die. and he died in just like a very anticlimactic way that did not really make any sense based on all of what they had done to build up his character throughout the season. It was like they just, I don't know why they did that. It didn't make any sense to me. The episode that you were talking about, the one with 11, man, I really hated that episode. Like, they went into this weird montage where she's, like, putting on makeup and all this crap. And, the very first scene of the first episode is, like, back in the 80s when, like, Hopper's chasing all these people that turn out to be the people that are hanging out with Eleven's sister, who also have special abilities.
No, he wasn't there.
Well, somebody has special abilities in that van.
Oh, no, she does. I'm saying Hopper wasn't there. We thought he was for some reason, and he totally wasn't.
I thought he was.
No.
I'm going to have to go back and look at that. But anyway.
No, you won't.
It's weird because, like, they kind of made it seem... it's like they were alluding to that she was going to get some kind of benefit from going on this vast journey to go and find this girl. And then she meets up with her, and they have no common interests, really, and don't even want to do the same things with their powers. And again, it was just, like, very anticlimactic. It was like, that was it? After those 7 episodes of trying to connect, I mean, they don't even, like, team up to do any good or stop, like, what the organization that got them into the situation in the first place.
That's what she was doing, but she was killing people.
Yeah, she was doing it in a really weird way, and I don't know, it was not satisfying to me. I just was like, that was kind of a waste of time. And then, the thing you said about, there's this kid who looks like he's, like, out of Alabama or something, and
mullet.
Yeah, he's got, like, a terrible mullet, and, like, there's this one, my favorite scene with him is when he's working out while drinking a beer. He's, like, doing dumbbell curls while drinking a beer and smoking a cigarette. It's, like, alluded to that he's a racist because he hates the black kid that his little sister keeps talking to.
I feel like it's pretty clear.
Yeah, it looks like he's a total racist,
some boys
right?
you just don't talk to.
Yeah, and so there's going to be problems there. And then, like, that fight scene was just totally anticlimactic too, and
let me just address that really quickly, because I know the actor said that the character's not racist, and let me tell you something.
Bullshit.
Let me tell you something. Excuse me, but Lucas is, like an honors student in an upper middle class family neighborhood. What kind of boy are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
he's totally racist.
Yeah, and I mean, come on, he's got a mullet.
Just call it what it is.
He's got a mullet, people. He's got a mullet. Anyway. And then, like, so that didn't make any sense. And then, like, my final beef is, like, the last episode, right? I mean, I don't know if I'm, like, the only one that noticed this, apparently. It ended the exact same way as the first season, with 11 holding her hand up, stopping, like, the evil from coming at them. That's what happened at the end of the first season. She's, like, has to put all of herself into this thing, and she, like, starts bleeding, and then the Demogorgon disappears, and she disappears with it. The only difference in this one is that she happens to be in the Upside Down when she does it, and she bleeds through both nostrils.
Well, no. She closed the portal this time. Last time she just killed the giant Demogorgon.
But, okay, so she supposedly closed the portal, and then yet, for some reason, the end of, like, the episode is them just, like, flashing to the giant smoke monster underneath.
The rapey smoke monster.
Which apparently is still a threat, even though they just closed the portal?
In the giant spidery smoke monster thing that raped Will's face, I thought that was going to have something to do with Barb, like she was pissed off for getting, sucked down there. Like we didn't see
no explanation for what that was.
Yeah, we didn't see Rapey Spider Smoke Monster in season 1.
What, right? Why? Yeah. Why was that? Why was that like only around here now? Why is it like still somehow alive and caring?
No, why did it just show up?
Why did it show up randomly? And then like why is it somehow still like around down there, even though the portal's closed and it can't get through anymore? There were so many things that didn't make sense about that.
Well, now it could have made sense. It could have been explained, but they just didn't do anything. Like if how the Upside Down works is that it manifests the more that it's like poked into, which is what those scientists were doing. Okay, but they didn't give any explanations about anything
at all. And then they also like Paul Reiser's character, the scientist, the doctor scientist. He like at the very last second almost seemed like he was going to be like a good person because he's arguing with the board about like, oh, we shouldn't do this experiment on Will.
It was good.
It could kill. I know, but then like it just ends with like him in the facility, right? And then like I think the boyfriend gives him a gun or something, right? And it's just like defend yourself. He's like just laying on the ground because he got beat up or something. Remember that?
Well, yeah. Well, he was attacked and Hopper gave him a gun.
So what happened? Did he get out or not?
Yeah, he did. He gave Hopper falsified papers to be Eleven's guardian.
Okay, so I thought that his like outcome was very underwhelming too. Like I thought he was gonna find some kind of answer or whatever. There's still not really like a good resolution for what's going on, and at this point, not really a plausible reason for what's going on at all. That's kind of like my issue with everything. It's like I feel like they're really stretching now to have like a reason for all of this stuff to even be going on. Like there's no reason that makes any sense for why the Upside Down is even a threat anymore if the portal's closed. If it's been there all the time and the only way that it could get through is when the portal's open, if it's closed now, then why are we still worrying about the smoke monster? They just threw that in there at the very end of the episode just to keep us watching until season 3. I don't like tactics like that. Like that's just not good storytelling.
Well, the short answer is they had a bunch of loose ends. They had a lot of great leads, and then they threw them away for reasons we're not sure of.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
sorry, Duffer Brothers, you fell short.
I'm still gonna watch season 3, but I was.
Oh, you are?
I was very disappointed with season 2.
I thought you quit.
I'll watch it because I believe in giving shows a second chance. But I did not like season 2 overall. I did not like season 2. I wouldn't recommend it.
I liked the first half.
Yeah, well, I liked the first half too.
And then they kind of just
like,
oh, we could do this, but nah, let's not do it. Let's just throw it away.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like.
I didn't like that, so I don't know. We'll give it another shot when it comes back, but I hope they think through a little bit more. Steve Harrington.
Who?
Steve Harrington, right? That's his last name.
I don't know what this. Steve with the hair, the boyfriend.
Yeah, I think his last name's Harrington.
I have no idea. It doesn't sound familiar at all.
Maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember the names of any of these characters. So, but then again, I'm really bad with like names of characters anyway. I always remember them by like physical characteristics. I'm like curly-haired kid, and like I do stuff like that.
Dustin, Lucas, Will, Mike, 11, Max.
I was calling Will.
Nancy,
I was calling Will like Slug in his mouth kid the entire season because
I don't remember Will's brother's name.
I don't either. I can only remember them by like things they did or things that happened to them. It's just how my brain works.
Older brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I even forget some characters' names on The Walking Dead sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not good with names. It's
There's some I want to forget.
Not how my brain works. But anyway, so that's what we have to say about it. I don't know. It was a downer for me.
Let us know what you think in the
Wow, that was weird, huh? Let us know what you think. I'm curious to hear whatever. I feel like I'm in the minority and not liking it.
Well, no, if this has been the year of critics taking a dump on things, and I felt like no one took a dump on this, and it was justified.
And they should have. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that came out this year where they were really mean to them, and it was unjustified. And I feel like they gave a lot of praise
a great opportunity
to this season 2 that, like, I think they were way too nice. There was a lot of problems.
If we're talking, if we break it down like The Walking Dead, season 2A, fantastic.
Yeah.
Season 2B.
Yeah.
So that's our take on it.
Anything else?
No.
If you guys like our content, make sure to subscribe right here. Also, follow us on Instagram at @RLRichonne, and also the brand new blog, TheLivingRichonne.blog. As always, thanks so much for you guys for watching. Can't talk today. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.